Imagine a company that posts year-over-year growth of 228% to 252% and has a product that is growing in demand. That's just the kind of company you're going to learn about today. Hello, I'm Sandy Franks, and this is Smart Investing Stock Breakthroughs at TaipanFinancialNews.com. Let me introduce you to Sarah Nunnally, editor of Material Profits and Material Profits Wildcatter. Sarah has uncovered a stock that offers exceptional returns. Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Sandy.
Let's get right into this. What's the company you found?
Well, my recommendation is SolarFund Power Holdings. The symbol's SOLF, and it's traded on the NASDAQ. And it's an established manufacturer of both PV cells and PV modules in China.
For the uninitiated, what are PV cells and PV modules?
Well, PV stands for photovoltaic, and the term encompasses solar power technology like solar cells, solar panels, and one of the key areas that companies in the solar industry focus on is efficiency. And SolarFund's monocrystalline cells have an efficiency of 16.8%, which is higher than the industry average of 14 to 16%.
Who buys PV cells and modules? In other words, who are the customers?
Well, solar power customers can be anybody from the individual consumer wanting to green his own home, to the business that's worried about power bills, to the government that wants to implement a renewable portfolio standard to incorporate renewable sources into power generation. But SolarFund's customers, they're located in China, the US, and Europe, and it mainly sells its products to distributors and engineering firms.
So, Sarah, what's the catalyst for this company's growth, and the converse to that is what type of things would derail its growth?
Well, the company started operations on its third and fourth solar cell production lines in early March. Also, the company received UL certification for its PV modules last week, and that could allow a broader geographical reach for its products. SolarFund is particularly interested in penetrating the US market. There could be a hang-up, though, and that goes for all solar cell manufacturers, and that's silicon. Analysts are predicting a shortage over the next few years, and that will push silicon prices higher. That cost, of course, trickles down to the end product, and some manufacturers may not have the purchasing power to handle the price increases.
So what was it about SolarFund Power Holdings that caught your attention?
Well, when SolarFund IPO'd back in December of last year, it generated net proceeds of $135.5 million, and that's also net of listing expenses. The company intends to use the proceeds to expand its existing cell production lines, which it's already doing, and to purchase raw materials to meet general working capital requirements. The company's fourth quarter profit more than tripled as well, and that money is going to help SolarFund secure silicon supply, which is very important. With those third and fourth production lines up and running, the big story is that the company will increase its production capacity fourfold by the end of this year.
Let's talk financials. What kind of revenue and profits does the company produce?
Well, SolarFund had a blockbuster fourth quarter at the end of 2006. The company recorded total net revenue of $31.4 million and net income of $4.2 million. So the total net revenue for the fiscal year of 2006 was $80.8 million and net income was $13.6 million.
Okay, sounds good. What's the current share price and what's its PE?
Well, you can pick up shares of SolarFund for about $15.15. Its PE ratio is approximately 31.
And how does this company compare to its closest competitor?
Its closest competitor is probably Evergreen Solar. Evergreen goes for about $12.75 a share, but it has a forward PE ratio of 318. Here's the interesting thing, though. Another Chinese solar company IPO'd at about the same time. That company is called Trina Solar, and those shares go for nearly $62. And it's a much bigger company in terms of market cap. Trina Solar's share price has climbed 138% since IPOing at $26. So you can think of SolarFund as the next Trina. If SolarFund had Trina Solar's market cap, shares would be worth about $27.36. And I think that's where the stock could be headed.
So what's the future look like for this company in terms of growth, sales, and profits?
Well, let's talk about the company's goal for this year. The company wants to ship 80 to 90 megawatts worth of product, and that represents year-over-year growth of 254% to 298%. And as we mentioned before, SolarFund wants to quadruple its production capacity. What that could translate to is net revenues of $265 million to $285 million. In year-over-year growth, that represents a triple-digit increase, and we're talking 228 to 252%. The future looks exceptionally good for SolarFund.
Let's go back now. What price do you see that share price rising to in, say, 6 months to 12 months from now?
Well, let me start by saying that some analysts believe that Solar Fund has had its run and it's nearly overvalued. In fact, one analyst went so far as to downgrade the stock. So shares are slightly down on that news. But what that means to me right now, and it should mean the same thing to investors, is this is a great time to get a great deal on the stock. A year out, this company revenues could triple what they are currently. So realistically, Solar Fund could be a $23 stock by this time next year.
I think that's a good number that you're citing.
It's an amazing growth.
If viewers want more information, where could they get it, Sarah?
Well, viewers can visit my website at materialprofits.com or materialprofitswildcatter.com.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for sharing this.
Thank you, Sandy.
And we'll see you again in the future.
Absolutely.
As Sarah said, if you'd like more information, you can find it at taipanfinancialnews.com. That's it for this week's edition of Stock Breakthroughs. I'm Sandy Franks, and I'll see you again next week. Until then, here's to great profits from smart investing.
You've just watched Sarah Nunnally make a pretty darn good case for investing in solar technology stocks. Maybe you didn't have a pencil at hand, maybe you just want to read up on the sector. No matter, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you. Sarah has condensed her research into a very handy report I urge you to read. It's short, it's to the point, and even better, it's free. Click anywhere on the screen to access it, or simply cut and paste the link we provide in the side text into your browser. For taipanfinancialnews.com, I'm J. Christoph Armbruster.